this ad, and even this ad were all created using AI. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create Harmon Brothers level ads that convert like crazy. Ads that have consistent characters, storytelling, and humor. The kind of ads that would normally cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars to produce, but using VEO3, you can make in under an hour from your bedroom. Now, before I dive in and show you exactly how to create it, let me just say this. We've used these ads within our own agency to advertise our marketing services and for our clients, and these have been some of our best performing ads. This is not a complicated way of doing it. It's very simple, but it's very effective. So without any further ado, let's dive in. All right, so the very first step is obviously we need to open up VEO3. It's called Flow Labs with Google. I'm not going to show you how to create an account. I'm assuming that you already have one. We're going to dive super deep into the tactical stuff here. So here's what I found. If you want to make good VEO3 ads, you need to use JSON prompts or JSON prompts. And I'm not a coder. I'm just a marketer, so I don't really know what that even means. But what I can tell you is that's how you create more consistent characters. So first and foremost, with the ad that I'm going to be creating is an ad for a marketing service for lawyers. This is just kind of a random idea that I came up with. And we're going to have ChatGPT write the script. So let me pause the video. We're going to get our script written and then we'll dive right in. All right, cool. So we got a script right here. I'm just going to copy this and paste it into Google Docs. Now, it's important that we have our script already picked out. Because we're basically going to segment this into little individual bite-sized chunks. So I would say this right here is going to be a clip. If you're a lawyer, you already know winning cases isn't the hardest part of your job. That's going to be clip number one. So whenever you're prompting with VEO3, what they say is that you want to put it out in what's called JSON or JSON format. I don't really know. I'm not a coder, just a marketer. But what I did is I actually created a GPT for you guys that's always going to output in JSON format, okay? So again, we said our first line was, if you're a lawyer, you already know winning cases isn't the hardest part of your job. So I'm going to go in here and I'm literally just going to voice prompt in here, tell it what I want it to say, and then we're going to describe a scene. All right, so create me a scene where a lady that's in like a pantsuit is inside of a courtroom and you hear the judge slam down the hammer and then it pans to the lady and she looks up at the camera and she says, if you're a lawyer, you already know that winning cases is not the hardest part of your job. Okay, so all I have to do is describe the scene. I put it in here and then it's going to go and output. I'm going to move my face. It's going to output this entire prompt that I can use here, okay? So I'll go down here. I'll copy this. I'm going to go into VEO3. A couple things you want to select is text to video. And we're going to do VEO3 fast. VEO3 fast. Beta audio. Don't do quality because it'll cost you tons of credits. All right? So we're just going to paste our prompt in here and let it generate. Now, as it's generating, what I would do to save time is I'm going to go back to here and I'm going to get my next scene, right? It's getting enough qualified leads through the door. Boom. So I'm going to come back here. Say, then the scene pans, or the scene cuts to the same lady and she walks out of the courtroom and she says, it's about getting enough qualified clients through the door. And as she says through the door, she like opens the door. So she like gets up out of the, juror section, starts walking down and then bursts through the courtroom door. Might be a terrible prompt, but you guys are going to get the idea. So again, as this is prompting inside of VEO3 and creating, and I'll usually just have this do it twice so that I'll have more options. So I always have 4 going at the same time. As these are being prompted, I've already created my next prompt. So this essentially saves me time. So I can go and paste the second prompt in here, and this is going to start generating as these other ones are getting created. All right, so here we go. We're starting to get our first few clips back. Now, something you need to realize when you do this is most of these will be terrible, okay? Most of the output of VEO3 is absolute and utter garbage, which is why we play a volume game. So let's watch this first clip.
Winning cases is not the... If you're a lawyer, you already know that winning cases is not the hardest part of your job.
See, so that was kind of weird, right? It sounds like she has like peanut butter stuck to the top of her mouth or something. Let's see this one. I have no idea what the hell just happened there.
If you're a lawyer, you already know.
No, it sounds way too robotic, right?
If you're a lawyer, you already know.
No, way too body.
If you're a lawyer, you already know that winning cases is not the hardest part of your job.
So, okay, for time's sake, I'm going to go with this one. But just know we could 100% make this better. This is not great, okay? So I'm going to hit add to scene here. And then let me show you guys how you can do the character consistency. Is I can select here frames to video. And I can take this same girl right here at the end. And then I can have my other prompt, right? So let me pause this. All right, cool. So we're going to grab this and we're going to hit save frame as asset, okay? If we want to keep the character consistency and we want it to flow from there. So we're going to grab this. So that's the first frame. And then I'm just going to copy and paste my prompt into there. And we're going to let this generate. All right, cool. Now, this next one, most firms are stuck wasting money on old school ads that don't deliver. Now, what I like to do in my ads, and I didn't do the best example for like this very first frame because it's kind of boring. She's just like in a courtroom. But for the rest of the ad, we're going to have some fun with it, okay? So I'm going to have her on a jet ski in the middle of the ocean, okay? Like just something random. Because the ultimate goal on a Facebook ad or any ad is we want to keep their attention and have them be engaged. All right, cool. Now I'll take the exact same female, the exact same character, and this time she's on a jet ski in the middle of the ocean, and she says, most firms are stuck wasting money on old school ads that don't deliver. And she's riding like really rocky, intense waves in the middle of the ocean. Cool. So what I'm going to do for the rest of this video is just be making like visually engaging and striking videos. And we'll see how this comes together. All right. So during that time, the remainder of this video generated. Let's check it out.
If you're a lawyer, you already know that winning cases is not the hardest part of your job. If you're a lawyer, you already know that winning cases is not the hardest part of your job. It's getting enough qualified clients through the door.
Okay, so it ended up generating the previous text as well. Maybe I wasn't clear enough with ChatGPT, but let's just say that we start here.
If you're a lawyer, you already know that winning cases is not the hardest part of your job. It's getting enough qualified clients through the door.
Now, this is not great, to be totally honest with you guys. However, I'm going to stick with this for the sake of time because you guys can kind of get the idea. You generate enough and then you get a quality one. But the scene is doing what I want it to, right? She had the gavel. She starts walking. She goes out the door. As she says, getting enough qualified clients to the door. All right. So next up, we're going to grab our prompt from right here, copy it, and then I'm going to paste it here. We're going to go back to text to video. And I'm going to paste it. All right, cool. So let's see how these videos turned out.
Most firms are
terrible. Absolutely terrible. So this is, again, why we generate multiple videos. I can tell you immediately just from hearing the audio.
Most firms are stuck wasting money on old school ads that don't deliver.
Banger. Right? So, like, look at this. She's on a jet ski. She turns, looks at, and, like, the character looks similar enough where it doesn't matter. Okay? So let's look at what this other one, see if maybe this was a better clip.
Most firms are stuck wasting money on old school ads that don't deliver.
Those are good too, honestly. Let's see if this one's even better.
Most firms.
Nope. So it's super inconsistent with like sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's really bad. So we're just going to go with that first clip. Now let's think of something else. So Now we need to do, what we do is simple. We put your message in front of the exact people searching for legal help right now. There we go. So we're just going to segment that. We're going to go over into our GPT. Okay, this time she's base jumping off of a skyscraper in Miami, and she looks at the camera. It's like GoPro style angle, but it like is like a super cinematic camera, and the lighting is very bright and like colorful, and you can see like the, you know, tropical vibe of Miami as she base jumps off this building. And she looks at the camera and says, so I'm just having a voice prompt that. And then I'm going to paste this in. Boom. Cool. So it's going to come up with a lot of these details for me. I'm just going to copy that prompt. We're going to go back into Flow, and we're going to paste it once, paste it again. All right. So VEO3 cracked out a little bit on this one. Let's see what happened.
What we do is simple. We put
a GoPro on top of her head, which is totally not what I asked for. Yeah, I'm going to have to redo this prompt. But like, as you can see, it's 100% a volume game. Maybe this other one came out better. Let's see.
What we do is simple. We put your message in front of the exact people searching for legal help.
She's literally just flying with a GoPro on her head. All right, we're going to redo that one. One sec. All right, so these base jumping videos are consistently coming out terribly. So I might try a different prompt. All right, so I ended up going for a little longer, and I created this ad. So I'm going to download these clips. I'm going to clip it up in iMovie real quick. I'll kind of show you guys how I do this. But basically, you know, this probably took me about 45 minutes to an hour, to be honest. I got all these little clips together. So let me show you guys what the final product is going to look like. I'll show you before the editing and then after the editing. All right. So I did a little bit of cooking in the kitchen, added some music, and let me show you guys what the final product looks like.
If you're a lawyer, you already know that winning cases is not the hardest part of your job. It's getting enough qualified clients through the door. Most firms are stuck wasting money on old school ads that don't deliver. What we do is simple. We put your message in front of the exact people searching for legal help right now. And then we turn those interested people into booked appointments and clients for you. No more chasing, no more guesswork. Just high-quality leads so you can focus on practicing law, not prospecting. We'll even hire an appointment setter to call the leads for you and book them on your calendar. So all you have to do is take the consultations. So if you want to see how we can get you 8 new cases this month, just click Learn More down below, and we'll see you there.